Hello students, in this video of ours, we are going to learn about class Aves of superclass Tetrapoda. Now class Aves is the class where we find all birds. That means all organisms which are flying. Some of them are not flying also, or some of them not flying very efficiently, but all birds are included in this class, which is called Aves. So let's see what are the characteristics of class Aves. Aves. Now, this class of superclass Tetrapoda includes all birds. Most of the birds, they are flying birds, but some of them are flightless birds as well. So the birds which are not able to fly high, or which are not able to fly at all, these birds are also included in this class. Forelimbs are modified into wings. Now here you will not find the forelimb and hind limb as we found in reptiles and amphibia. Here the forelimbs are converted into wings because the all organisms, they are flying. So for flying, this is an adaptation. So forelimbs are modified into wings. Hind limbs are used for walking or running, because they have to walk also. They have, some birds are flying, running also. So the hind limbs are for the walking and running, whereas the forelimbs are modified into wings for flying. Aquatic birds have webs between toes. The birds which are surviving in water, they are having webs in between the toes for the swimming purposes. For example, ducks and all. Body is differentiated into head, neck, trunk, and tail. So these are the portions which are well differentiated in the body: head, neck, trunk, and tail. They are homeothermous. Now they are warm-blooded. They are not poikilothermous. They are homeothermous. That means their body temperature is constant. Irrespective of the temperature of the surrounding, their body temperature is constant. So if they are like us, we are warm-blooded, and the birds are also warm-blooded uh, animals. And their exoskeleton, you will find the feathers on the skin. Feathers are present on skin. See, this is the webbed feet. This is the web is aquatic birds. They are having this web. Scales are present on hind limbs. Hind limbs means when they have the legs which are for walking and for running, the scales are present on the hind limbs. Skin is thin, dry, and non-glandular. The no mucus glands are present on the skin, and skin is dry. Bones are hollow. Here you will find the hollow bones, that they are called pneumatic bones, the specialized bones, because bones are very heavy. So if the body is heavy, it is a difficulty, it is a barrier in flying. So for flying, they need hollow bones, and that this is an adaptation for the mode of flying. So that's why their bones are hollow, and these hollow bones are called pneumatic bones. Jaws from the beak, and teeth are absent. Now here you will find beak, not the teeth. So beaks are present, and in spite of jaws, you will find beaks. And special organs such as crop and gizzard are present in the alimentary canal. In alimentary canal, with stomach, small intestine, large intestine, you will also find crop and gizzard. Blood is red, the RBCs are present, and these RBCs are biconvex and nucleated. Heart is ventral in position, and now here four-chambered, completely four-chambered heart is present, and it shows the double circulation. What is double circulation? Double circulation means the blood is coming into the heart for 2 times in one cardiac cycle. One is systematic, that is all over the body, and one is pulmonary circulation, which is towards the lungs for oxygenation, for purification. So respiration is by lungs. See, here they have shown the difference between the bones of human being and the bones of birds. Now here you will find large air pockets in the bones of the birds. So this is the difference between the bones. In human being, you will find solid bones. We are having solid bones with bone marrow and bone. Whereas in case of birds, the bones are having large air pockets, and this type of bone is the feature which is helping in the flying. So hollow bones are present, air pockets are present in the bones. Now, if we see in the alimentary canal, with the help from stomach and intestine, anus, mouth, esophagus, everything is present, but crop and gizzard, these are the two structures which are special in the alimentary canal of the birds. And these special structures are because of the special food which the birds are having. This is the respiratory system of the birds. Here also you will find air sacs. So air sac are the normal lungs are there. The bronchus, bronchitis, bronchioles, everything is there. And with these things, there are air sacs also. And these air sacs are to trap the air and make it hollow, make it light. So this is the respiratory system, special respiratory system for the mode of flight. Brain is enlarged with well-formed cerebellum. So if you compare the brain of amphibia, reptilia, aves, you will find that at every class, the further class is having a complex and well-developed brain in comparison to the previous class. So here the brain, if you compare the brain of the birds, the aves, it is all the more enlarged and it is well-formed. It is having well-formed cerebellum. Cerebellum is the hind brain. Then optic lobes are well developed. Olfactory lobes are poorly developed. Now in amphibia and reptilia, the olfactory lobes were well developed. Here you will find optic lobes are well developed, but olfactory lobes are poorly developed. Unisexual, sexual dimorphism, oviparous, and internal fertilization. So these are the characteristics of the reproduction of the apes. They are unisexual. That means you can find out only one sex is present in one body, and sexual dimorphism is there. We can make out the difference between the male ape and the female bird, and they are oviparous. That means they are laying eggs, but the fertilization is internal. Fertilization, the fusion of the gametes is taking place inside the body, and then the fertilized egg is laid, and that egg is developing outside, and it is coming out of the shell outside. And the egg which is laid by the bird, the female bird, is having protective covering. So shell is present in the eggs. We take hen's egg. So it is with shell. So shelled eggs are laid, and this shelled egg is having yolk and albumin. We all of us, we eat eggs and we know that there is yolk and there is albumin. Yolk is the fat part, the yellow part, and albumin is the white protein part, the white part of the egg. Bird builds nests or trees. So here we will find the parental care. You will find the birds taking care of their eggs, the birds making nest for their eggs, the birds feeding their small chicklets. So the parental care is seen in birds. They care for their babies. Most are herbivores and some are carnivores. So they are eating grains, seeds, and as well as small insects and small organisms as well. Parental care is well seen along with seasonal migration. Seasonal migration means they migrate to the place where the conducive environment is there for breeding and for laying their eggs and hatching of the eggs. So the seasonal migratory birds are also there. If you have visited the Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary of our Rajasthan, so the birds from the Siberia, they are coming there, they are migrating to that place, and because they are at their places the temperature is not very conducive for them, it's very cold there. So during cold months they come and they stay here in the India where the temperature is conducive. So they are called migratory birds. Siberian cranes are there, flamingos are there, they come, and we see a good parental care in the members of this